Hi all, Gleitzel Martins here. For this module 3, I found an article from Forbes magazine, was published last July, I believe July 21st, by Susan Gottlieb Upjohn. It's incredible. She was from San Francisco, grew up in Brazil and Europe, and her life it's built in trying to solve issues regarding sustainability. And this article is incredible. So to answer the couple questions here by the prompt, 2 ways that we can address or solve parts of the trick situations with phosphorus. So one thing is I really believe you only change someone's mind most of the cases, I would say 99.9%, when you touch their pockets, their wallets. So make more laws to be more effective, especially when it comes to private properties, as we saw in that video in Florida. The owner, I forgot his name, but he says like he can do whatever he wants basically in his property. It's private, it's his, right? Another one is to develop plants that can absorb more phosphorus in a more sustainable way, right? They're doing that in Japan with some type of rice, which is a good thing too, and also recycling water, right? Um, there are a couple spots I think along the way to address this, like from the war between Russia and Ukraine. Um, it's incredible to me that I didn't know about that actually. The war, it's making harder for farmers, right? I mean, I knew that, but I wasn't very deep into the topic, and I think this was an eye opener for me. Um, and another eye opener for me was uh, this idea, this data actually, that says has phosphorus for 100 years more. After that, who knows what's going to happen? Hopefully, it will be more science involved and more laws effective into the business of the extraction of phosphate. But think about it. If you were 20 years old, let's say at 10 more years you have the first kid, you're at 30. Therefore, we're in 2035. Bear with me on my math here. I'm terrible at it. 2035, your kid is born. 20 years from now, it's 2055. From there, right? 2025. 20 years old of your kid will be at 20 years old in 2055. So subtract that 25 years from to 2050 to 20 from 25 years. So basically, your grandkids will be suffering with on that cycle of the fertilization of the plant, of the diet, and the water cycle. Water good to be consumed, as we saw in the other video. It's just like, it's too crazy to think about that. I mean, I'm not going to be here, but most of my nephew, nieces, kids will be here. So you got to think about that, right? I think that's it. I could talk more and more, but see what you guys think. One thing what I think we should be careful, I guess not be careful, it's not the right word, but I think one thing we should be asking ourselves is what we're doing to educate ourselves and others to become more familiarized with this topic, because I think it's extremely important to our future generations, especially. So what are you guys doing to educate those folks, for future generations survival? Thanks, bye.